Hello, and welcome to another Marvel Rivals costume lore video. The Maker is the first revealed costume for Mr. Fantastic, but who is he? Well, he's Reed, obviously, but from an alternate universe. Back in the year 2000, Marvel launched the Ultimate Comics line, a separate continuity with the goal of modernizing and giving readers a new jumping on point, because, let's face it, decades of comic history can get a little confusing. This new universe was designated Earth 1610. This Reed was, for all intents and purposes, fairly similar to his counterpart in the main universe, Earth 616. He formed the Fantastic Four and he was in love with Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman. Nearly a decade into the Ultimate Universe, in 2009 the event Ultimatum happened. As Reed's preparing to propose, natural disasters start occurring around the world. A tsunami hits them suddenly in Manhattan. Most of Eastern Europe, including Latveria, is frozen solid and Wakanda is ravaged by earthquakes. Sue tries to hold the water back but falls unconscious. Reed immediately leaves her to go confront Namor, who he believes was the cause. Millions of civilians and many heroes including Nightcrawler and Daredevil are drowned. As the Ultimate Universe didn't really bring characters back to life, this was a fairly big deal for versions of the character readers have been invested in for nearly a decade. Magneto is revealed to be the culprit. Avenging the apparent deaths of his kids, the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, Magneto has reversed the planet's polarity. Ultimately, Magneto is convinced to undo his changes to the planet, but is killed by Cyclops anyways. As part of the fallout, the Fantastic Four go their separate ways, with Sue breaking up with Reed, believing she'd never be his priority. She eventually starts a relationship with the Thing much later on. This all sort of begins this version of Reed's descent. He fakes his own death while blowing up his childhood home and killing his abusive father. When Galactus comes to devour his Earth, he gets Kitty Pryde, who, in addition to having her phasing powers, has taken Giant Man's serum and is able to grow in size to fight Galactus, but secretly plans to use her as a distraction to trap Galactus in the negative zone, and is willing to sacrifice her if necessary. He fully gives into his darker nature and starts going by the Maker. In the lead up to Secret Wars, the multiverse is collapsing, with incursions occurring where universes collide with one another, with each universe's Earth always being the initial point of contact, or the incursion point. The Maker begins destroying alternate universes' Earths, under the belief that if two universes can't crash into one another, an incursion can be avoided. He's noted to have destroyed 67 alternate Earths and all life on it. To be fair, the Illuminati on Earth 616 was also making similar decisions. This proves futile as every universe is eventually wiped from existence, with Earth 616 and 1610 left as the final two standing before they too collide and are destroyed. In fact, in the Maker's costume reveal for Rivals, one of the emotes shown is the Maker smashing two hologram Earths together, as a reference to the incursions. When the multiverse is restored, several residents of the former Earth 1610 are now living in the main universe. Most notably, the Maker and the second Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales. The Maker causes havoc here and there for a few years, but sets his eyes on a bigger prize when he travels to a new Earth and changes its history to rule it. While this new line of comics uses the Ultimate titling, it's a separate reality from the original Ultimate Universe, this one designated Earth 6160. Here, the Maker prevents the heroes of this world from ever getting their start. Peter Parker, for instance, is never bitten by the spider, but, on the bright side, his Uncle Ben is alive and well. Plus, he's best buds with J. Jonah Jameson. Peter's also happily married to MJ and has 2 kids. In this world, the Maker secretly rules and the planet is split into territories that are governed by members of his council. The Maker has built what he calls the city, in which time passes very quickly inside, giving him time to learn and grow at a much faster rate. This world's Iron Man, Howard Stark, and Dr. Doom, a Reed Richards that was imprisoned by the Maker, managed to trap the Maker within the city, but Howard is seemingly killed in the battle. Howard's son, Tony Stark, picks up the mantle of Iron Lad, and with Doom forms the Ultimate and begins offering former heroes their identity back in preparation for the Maker's return. Each issue of the Ultimates has ended with a countdown of X many months left, and we should see the Maker again in late 2025. While our heroes get close to 2 years to prepare, the Maker has exponentially more time within the city to come up with a revenge plan, and it's bound to be a terrifying return. So, that's the Maker, a long-standing hero turned villain, but you have to remember this was a heroic Mr. Fantastic readers followed for about 7 years, before arguably becoming one of the biggest multiversal threats. Pretty bold move. Okay, bye, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, under 5 minutes, boom.